Hey, dude crew. Welcome back to Paranormal Dudes, where we dive into the shadows so you don't have to. I'm Sergio, and tonight we're covering something that's been everywhere lately in short videos, Reddit threads, and people DMing us in the middle of the night saying, have you heard of this thing? It's called Labubus. So that sounds so like, I don't know, Labubus. It's a funny word. Have a Labubu. Depending on who you ask, it's either a modern internet host or a collective nightmare. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Paranormal Dudes Podcast, episode 54. We're back at it again. I'm your host, Sergio, the Mexican Seth Rogen. That's Buddy, Jesse, and Osk. And Jesse's in a new location, looking snazzy with her new setup. Super excited to see that. I actually have, I have a little story that happened to me. Well, while filming one of the Uncle Sergios, I told Buddy and Jesse a little bit about it. And I will say it, but I want to ask you guys first if you guys experienced anything as of late.
Nothing for me.
Much. I know Buddy's whole closet situation. Yeah.
Oh,
The closet situation is handled. Haven't had anything going on then. But we did kind of start bringing something up, and we decided to wait I could share it. But I don't know. I don't consider it paranormal. But as of late, since last week, I've been having dreams, and in my dreams, I'm wherever that I'm in my dream, and all of a sudden I hear a voice call out and go, "Hey, buddy, how are you?" Or "Hey, buddy," and for me to turn around and see Oscar.
It's you, buddy. It's you, Oscar.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, I've never met Oscar in person. I only know him from the podcast here, and I brought that up to Jesse and Sergio, saying, I've been having these dreams, and Oscar's all of a sudden there, saying, "What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?" And so I wanted to share it for this segment here. And hey, Oscar, you've been visiting me?
Yeah, have you been astral projecting into Buddy's dreams or anything like that?
I mean, I've been having some crazy dreams lately in places I've never been before. I haven't been able to really see faces, I guess. It's just like kind of like a main character type of thing. But I'm going to pay attention a little bit more. Because,
okay.
Yeah, I feel like, I have so many, like 3, 4 in one night. So I probably even forgot maybe one that I visited Buddy. I don't know. Maybe.
That's wild.
He's like, "What were you wearing, buddy?"
I said, you know what? Just as long as I'm wearing my favorite thong, we're good, Oscar. Honestly, like I've had maybe like I want to say it's been about 2 or 3 2 dreams where I'm just somewhere and all of a sudden Oscar just like, "What's up, buddy?" And I turn around and I'm like in my dream, like, "What are you doing here?" You don't say nothing else.
wild.
You just says hi and you're just standing there. Yeah, and I'm like,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. And Buddy Stonga says Labubu lover on it.
Labubu.
Labubu me.
Most of them are Little Mermaid tangas.
That's wild. That's crazy. Okay. I'm going to pay attention more tonight. Or maybe
Yes, you have any... Oh, go for it. What?
No, I was just saying, or maybe I'll just actually think myself into his dream. See if I can do that.
Oh, that's scary to think about.
Do it. You can do it.
Either like we had some Black Mirror episode. I gave Buddy a lap dance in his wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
Oh my god. Just so
Jess, anything happened to you as of late? I know with the move, it's had to have been nuts.
I was having dinner yesterday with a friend at Mr. Temple, and I did see somebody like sitting next to me for like 5 minutes, but then they left. That's about it.
Oh, that's it. Some guy was just
It
looking at me and he just walked away.
was like a
Typical Jesse
teenager.
stuff.
Imagine you just see somebody like next to you, and then like
I was sitting in the booth and they just appeared. I was like, what the heck?
What did they order?
for real.
They didn't order anything. I was starving. I was like, don't be getting my food.
He's just sitting there, staring right at Jesse like this.
Yeah, because I
Get the chicken fingers. They're so good.
I was talking to my friend and he was saying something, and then I just went like this, and I was like, what the heck? And he's like, did you see something? He's like, don't be with your brujeria up in here. Like, we're at Mr. Tempo's. And I was like, I can't help it. It follows me.
I wonder if your clairvoyant side is going to be more active because of the move, and you're in San Diego now. I wonder if that's going to change. Not increase, but just change overall the types of entities and all of that stuff.
Maybe. And then because I'm not working, I feel like I have like more time to notice things.
Yeah. You're going to be a little more vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
and sensitive, even though you're already sensitive, but you know, the other type of sensitive, like to paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not like
Aware.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, more aware than anything. So I have a quick story. Anybody that's a part of the channel knows that I have my own segment that's called Uncle Sergio. In filming of one of these episodes, which is it's the one that I give you advice about not saying entities, certain entities' names, or saying names of entities in general over and over, or trying to call attention to them. So towards the end of the filming of that video, I'm actually saying these entities' names, but I muted them for the video purpose, you know, to give it some like satirical side of it or whatever. And I think I put white noise behind it. So that part of the video took at least 2 takes. And when I was done with that portion, nothing really happened. But once I was done filming the video, weird things started to happen. So I was going to step away from the computer. I completely shut down everything, you know, turned everything off in my office. And I went downstairs just to kind of decompress, because believe it or not, if you're watching anything we do with Paranormal Dudes, there's always like a cost or something that a part of us is taken a little bit. Whether it's experiencing further paranormal activity, or something gets attached to us, or maybe there's something that's already there. And the Paranormal Dudes ghost, which is still here. We'll see who it attaches to tonight. We'll find out. But overall, I went downstairs. I came back up because I had forgotten my phone in my office. My computer was on. My computer was on like if I was still doing what I was doing. I closed all the windows. I turned off everything. And the weirdest part is that smack dab right here in the middle screen was the Paranormal Dudes YouTube channel. Not the back end, not a YouTube studio. It was like the front end YouTube channel where our subscribers go. Very weird, very awkward. It scared me because I know that's not how I left it. I turned it off again and I went downstairs. I think I left this out. Nothing was on downstairs. So when I went downstairs after I filmed it, the TV was on. So, long story short, if you're watching that video, be very careful. And I guess it's a testament to that video itself. Don't say those fucking names, because that I feel like it was a small, like small event or a ghost event or whatever. But I feel me saying those names repeatedly probably more than likely brought attention to myself by saying those names. So be careful. And there was 4 of them that I said, and I'm not going to utter them again because that scared the shit out of me. I'm not going to do it again.
Like send out a signal.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's like a bat signal, like I'm calling Batman, but it's for horrible things. But that's what happened to me. All this comes at a cost, and I hope you guys like the content. But I don't know if you guys have anything further. If you guys have any questions about that, we could jump into the topic.
It seems like they just wanted to watch some of the videos. While you
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Like Beetlejuice. You know, it's funny. I wrote in a Beetlejuice joke into the script. It was just that when I came back up and I saw that the computer was on and all of that, I got the goosebumps. And like, when you can feel your adrenaline pumping up and your blood, and you feel like you go white. That happened to me. And I want to, when I film those damn segments, I'm going to be a little more careful next time, I guess. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to share. So we all know why you're here watching this video and why we're here tonight, because this is going on right now. Mm-hmm. It's a trending topic on Reddit. It's a trending topic on TikTok, pretty much all socials, or I guess you could say the internet as a whole. And that's the Labubus. Tonight, Oscar has the floor. This is going to be a very interesting conversation because a lot of us have done research on this and we've seen it for ourselves on socials. Even when these things came out, I figured myself, when I saw these crazy looking dolls or stuffed animals, I knew right away there's something up with them. They're not just that. With that, and without further ado, Oscar, you have the floor.
All right. So before I even jump into the topic, we're going to be giving away a Labubu. No, I'm just kidding. Paranormal Dudes Labubu clothing
Labubu.
For your Labubus. But
just
a little t-shirt. A little t-shirt.
I don't know why, but
somebody's going to want that watch.
Yeah, well, hey, look, if we get 10,000 likes on the video, we'll ship you your own 10,000
likes. We will make Labubu t-shirts. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I'm gonna refrain from saying. I don't know how I can even refrain from saying Labubu so much, but it just doesn't feel. It just feels weird. Like it's just like a weird word. Like I don't know.
Like saying it right.
Like it sounds like a watered down cuss word that just doesn't like have power. Like I don't know, dude.
I get it.
Yeah. But anyways, so Labubus, right? You see them everywhere. People have them in the cars. People have them on themselves, right? They hook them onto their
side, right?
Their side, right?
Bags.
Once upon a time, you would used to be chains or wallets.
Now it's a demonic tails. Little doll.
Yeah, skunk tails. And now we have these demonic dolls, right?
Yep.
And same thing, Sergio. I think the first time when I seen them, I was like, why would I want those in my room or on my bedside, just like staring at me? Like, I don't know. It's kind of off-putting. I don't know. What did you guys think, like, when you guys first started to see them kind of emerge? Like, what were you guys' first thoughts?
I definitely thought they were ugly, like creepy. I would definitely not put that on my designer bag. Like I was hanging some Labubu on like your freaking Gucci bag or something. Like no, It's so ugly. And then
Ouch.
people were like fighting for them. I was like, why? It's so ugly. And it reminded me of that storybook where the wild things are,
Oh
like the
yeah,
little
Oh
I was
yes,
just
monsters.
yeah.
gonna say that
Mm-hmm.
too.
striped
That's what I
one.
thought it was,
Yep.
but it was something else.
Yeah, they were kind of. What about you, buddy?
I just thought when I first saw those things, and I've only seen like here around me maybe one or two of them, but I thought it was where the wild things are. I thought it was like a whole new revamp of that movie, and then later on, I started seeing it on social media or on YouTube, and I was like, "Ooh, this is cool."
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
definitely. Your daughters don't like that stuff, right, buddy?
No, they're into the squishmallow stuff.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
those are satisfying. They make dog toys now, so I got a couple of those for my dog. But
I mean, like we said before we started the topic, I like I said, it was definitely when I first saw the Labubus, I was maybe I should stop saying that, but whatever. Um, I knew there was something more to it than just a creepy looking doll because there's always something behind everything, especially in today's day and age.
yeah,
But that's my take on it.
yeah, and honestly, it reminded me of, and I don't remember the exact name, but there was these like, well, I don't know if they were like furry friends or something, some type of like pet that came out. Maybe I want to say like maybe 10 years ago,
Chia pet. I'm just kidding.
or I forgot what they were. But the same thing had happened. They were like, oh, like they're talking to the kids and they're telling them things and all this stuff. And again, it was the same cycle
Right.
of I'm gonna have to look up the name of it, but they were like pets, some sort of pet thing. And it just reminded me of the same thing. Like, dude, like it's repeating itself. I forgot what the name is, but anyways.
Okay.
So let's just get started, right, with the basics. What is a Labubus or Labubu, and why is everyone so terrified of it, and why it's popping up right now? And obviously these kind of started coming up here and there throughout the year, just kind of getting spread out, around the world. And obviously TikTok makes everything viral. That's where it came from. But the first big one shows of a girl describing a sleep paralysis episode,
Oh
and she
hell no.
said, and sleep paralysis already is terrifying,
Oh
especially when
yeah.
it's not something that happens to you pretty often. It's like
Hmm.
you think you're dead, like what's going
Yeah,
on,
of course.
She says she woke up in the middle of the dark, or woke up in the dark, right? Completely frozen, obviously, you can't move, probably only her eyes. And at the foot of her bed was this tall shadow figure with long fingers, wide mouth,
Mm-mm.
and glowing red eyes. Now, this reminds
Hell
me
no.
of the ghost in Ethan's room with the red eyes. But
Oh yeah, that thing. I forgot about that thing.
but she tried to scream, and it leaned closer, and she said that she heard it say, "Where do you see my eye?" I'm just kidding. She said, she said,
I was like, dang, it's
Uh,
a freak.
she said, Labubu. It said Labubus, whispering. Now,
it's like it's time to get them toes curled, girl.
yeah,
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
have
about you.
the poor girl probably went through some traumatic shit.
I know, like,
No, you're talking about her damn toes.
I don't know what the age this person is, but if I were to wake up like that or
Right.
have a dream in the middle of the night and that thing comes and says Labubu's next to me, I'm throwing I'm gonna tell my neighbors, dude, get all your Labubus away from me and my proximity, because that's
Yeah.
scary. But
I
um
would probably shit on it, light it on fire, and shit on it again, and then throw it away.
You
yeah.
can't just throw it away, though.
It'll come back.
That's what
Oh,
they say.
no.
You can't throw it away.
I saw that. I
You
saw
know what they
that
need
you
to
can't
do
just throw it
though?
away. It
They
comes
need to
back.
watch Uncle Sergio's video on how to cleanse it.
You know
Right.
what? Stay tuned. That'll be the next episode. What to do if your Labubu comes to life?
Now they say the name itself doesn't come from any like demonology, but it
Mhm.
does sound some sort of Latin.
It does. Yeah.
made up. A lot of things nowadays they just kind of like Delulu, right? Labubu is kind of
Right.
like the same thing. So just a lot of made up stuff, but it's pretty much within some time. A bunch of people were saying, coming out of the woodwork, saying, "Hey, I saw that too. I felt this too. This is what I experienced." Um, and that's kind of how it starts, right? The floodgates were open for that to pretty much boom, these Reddit forums, all this stuff. And a lot of people started to come out saying, "Hey, Dick, this is what happened to me." And you can search those up, endless amounts of different things that happen to these people. But I don't know, like what do you guys think as far as it, because it's like trending, all this energy is being focused on it.
Mm.
Like why now? Why this? And then Sergio's gonna put up some pictures here.
Here's some pictures of
Ugly.
these little creepy fucks.
Like, who would even want that? It's so ugly.
Wait, you're telling me we could buy those things?
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
people go crazy for them. They wait in line,
People
they
are
fight
nuts
over
over this
them.
shit right now.
People
They
Yes.
I
pay
want
resell
that
like
them for
one.
like,
hundreds of dollars for them.
Oh, hell no.
and you gotta check the tags to make sure it's not fake, and the QR code, and
Yes.
the face has to be hard, not soft,
And they
all
only
this
make
stuff.
like limited series. It's like craziness.
That's a big no. That's a big no for me, dog.
Yeah, my daughter is not. We saw one earlier today. We were at Walmart and there was one on the table. I don't know, with some cell phone accessories, and my kids are like, "Look at Labubus," and I was like, "Oh hell to the no! Don't even take that shit to my house."
I mean, to answer your question, Ask, I think it's unfortunately, I think this is the next it thing. Um, I guess a good example would be like the Stanley Cups. Remember the Stanley Cups were the
Mm,
craze? People
yeah.
are trampling over each other to get a specific drop. I think this is the same thing. Now, unfortunately, something like this that's demonic in nature is the it thing. I don't think Stanley Cups were demonic from what I
Mm-mm.
remember. They're
No, they
they're
were not.
just
I
they're just
mean,
housing
they
hot
didn't melt
beverages.
in I don't know how much degree Fahrenheit. So
I did see that. I did see that. I don't know. Maybe there is a correlation between products that go viral and some kind of occult or demonic presence or anything related to some type of demonology.
mm,
It
Um,
actually brings up a good point because, if you go through it through your religious side, anything that's demonic, anything that has to do with the devil, they say it disguises itself as something friendly, something nice,
yeah,
mm,
and it wants attention. If you go on the demonology side of it and everything, any demon is looking for attention. So you're gonna
Hmm.
reach out to like a Labubu, it all of a sudden gets all this attention, which is where you can end up saying, like on your demonology side, it's accomplishing what it wants. It wants to get into your
yeah.
home. It wants to get
yeah, of
into
course.
you. So you give it that attention, and it happens to be Labubu, which I believe Oscar is saying you don't know where the name comes from. The creator, his last name is Lung.
Hmm.
Labubu in Korean or Tokyo or something means little monster.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Well, that sheds some light on that.
Yeah, I mean it's like Buddy touched on it too. I think it's all correlated and why it's something that's so viral. I don't think it's by accident, honestly. If you look at it, it's nothing special. Um, it really isn't, and I'm sure if you go down the deep rabbit hole for Labubus, there is. Um, I'm sure you could dig up exactly how it started to get viral or
Yeah.
who's responsible for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the people behind it are probably connected to some kind of cult or what have you. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I saw a few stories um, where like this guy was trapping kids basically, and like they're saying that's where it came from, that he was trapping kids and killing them and obsessed with killing kids, and he would like um, draw these weird faces on the kids.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Like the
that's what.
Labubu face. That's what he was drawing on them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of
What
crazy
the
because
heck?
like the pictures that I've seen and the pictures you just put up right now, it's kind of weird, but it looks like little kids dressed in pajamas.
Right.
Yeah, you're in a onesie, right?
Yeah, like a onesie with like little bunny ears or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
kind of
Yeah.
right.
crazy. I didn't read that story.
Okay. Do they make any noise? Because I honestly,
Some
I've never
do.
seen a. Okay.
Limited
I would think
edition
it's like
ones,
a
if you press on it, it makes like there's like different songs or like little tunes, but I didn't really see much into like if what the songs mean, but that's even creepier to me. Like it's creepy enough that you're not supposed to whisper to it or talk to it or it starts whispering back, but like now it has like a song, so that's like another way like to brainwash somebody, in my opinion.
Hell yeah, you're right.
yeah, it is
Because
big
that
time.
song can have some type of incantation in it.
Right.
Yeah,
Reminds me of Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Now, now here's the even more crazier part, or I guess the creepier part, is that almost all the accounts of these like um encounters, like the story that I had mentioned, they all pretty much have similar details, right? They're woken up by some sort of pressure on their chest, right? Sleep paralysis. They can't move, they can't speak, and there's that tall figure standing right on top of them or at the end of their bed. And some people even claim to have some sort of scratches or bruises when they wake up. Now, obviously, this lines up with what I said, sleep paralysis. Now, some people call it a night hag syndrome in the Middle Ages, where witches or demons they sit on your chest and they steal your life, which is scary in itself. Thinking about that,
Jeez. Yeah,
but
that
what
is
makes
kind of
it
scary.
a little bit different is that how fast it's spreading and how people think it's something new, right? And we've talked about this on the pod before, how
Yeah.
everything's always going to repeat itself, right? Uh, like I mentioned, I don't know. I need to figure out what the name of that other toy was, but it was the same thing, right? And I think it
Right.
also happened with the Elmos. I don't know if you guys remember the Elmos that were like supposed to
I
Yes.
remember
speak,
all of
and
that.
then
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Mm-hmm.
so it's just a repeat of all that. I feel now we can go
You're
back to
right.
what you said.
You're
It's
right.
to trying to access our world again.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Right. You're 100% correct on that. I do believe that maybe that viral moment or whatever on the previous toy kind of it waned and the popularity of it kind of flattened and nobody was buying it anymore. So this entity or collective, I should say, was looking for another opportunity, and I think that's what this is. This is their opportunity, because yeah, it's really nuts to think about. I think.
Did it say who like was the first celebrity to have it? Because I know it says like I know it was maybe one of the K-pop stars that came out with it, and that's why it went crazy. But there's like
Oh, you're all right. I found it.
videos.
Are you ready? This
Yeah.
is crazy.
Shit.
Okay. Jake Gyllenhaal was the first person to have a Labubu. While the
What?
Labubu character was created by Casing Lung, Gyllenhaal was reportedly the first person to be seen with one publicly, sparking the toy's popularity. Crazy. Crazy.
Hold on, who is that? Because I have no idea who that is.
Let me share my screen here. That's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's the.
I wonder why he what why
Wait, what?
he had it. It's so weird, right? Like why would he have one?
Gyllenhaal's early ownership of the Labubu toy is cited as a key factor in the toy's initial rise to fame. That's crazy.
What movie? Or I have no idea.
He's
Who
come
this
out
is.
in a shit ton of movies. He's come out in October Sky, I think.
Brokeback
He's come out
Mountain.
in Brokeback. Of course, Jesse would bring that up. He
I
was
feel like he looks
Mysterio in
familiar, but
Spider-Man. He was Mysterio in Spider-Man. Nightcrawler. He also came out in. I'm trying to think of like more famous ones that you would probably know.
This dude, yeah. No, I know. Yes.
Now you know. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot what movie I saw him in, but
He came out in Donnie
Roadhouse,
Darko. Yeah, Roadhouse as well.
Southpaw.
Bunch of he's come out in a bunch of
Jarhead.
movies. Yeah,
There you go.
bunch of them.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is a little strange.
Yeah.
I mean,
because they
is he
literally
like
show
a fan of
like
K-pop?
maybe.
Because all that stuff came out, I think it all started like in Korea, so it was all K-pop that started off with that, and the kids out there.
Well, that's what I have
maybe
seen.
his
all it
kids
takes
are,
is
if he has any.
Yeah.
and then all it takes is just one celebrity from here. I mean, we're talking about it possibly being like a host of some kind of demon or something. The
Right.
deception you get from it, you grab it because you think,
Mhm.
oh, this is cool, and all of a sudden everybody wants it because a celebrity has it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but that's all it takes, really, if you think about it. I mean, in any product marketing is just one famous person for the vast majority of people. They just need to see that particular person with it, whatever the product is, and all of a sudden everybody wants it. That's how it usually goes. Not for me, but that's just how it goes for the majority.
It's just very hard to like see the connection of like, because like where is like this trend is. I mean, obviously now it's like every age group, right?
Yeah.
But it probably hit like the younger crowd first. I want to say like high schoolers, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, like
I'm
junior
sure there's
high.
like
Yeah, like who
Yeah,
who
yeah.
the heck knows this guy as a high
Yes.
schooler or a junior high? You know, like
But who holds the money to buy these fucking things? The
I
parents.
was just gonna say that the parents are the ones that bought it for their kids.
Yep, exactly. So I'm sure you got your Karen that's sitting on their couch and just finished doing everything, and the kids are at school and doom scrolling on TikTok, and they see this thing. Oh, that's cute. I should probably get this for Sniffany. And
But then again, you also get the señora que quiere un pinche mono chueco feo, and like here they
yeah, of
give you
course,
money to buy.
they don't know any, and they don't know
know
anything
what it
about it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy to really like dive deep and do a little bit of investigation on who's responsible for it. Now, I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat for a second. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Jesse. Who's to say Jake Gyllenhaal isn't part of some kind of cult to propel this toy forward?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because it says like Kim K has them. Like her, I could totally see her having one. Like she obviously sold her soul to the devil.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Other celebrities, and then they show like concerts and places where people are giving them to celebrities. Her celebrities like don't even want them. Like they want nothing to do with
they're
them.
just like, no, don't give me that shit. I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen that. Yes.
So yeah, and, that's to me, for him to have it, that's so weird.
Does this have to do with like Scientology connection?
No. This is more. This is a different kind of cult.
This is like Illuminati.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm curious now. I am gonna do a quick Google search. Connection to Bohemian Grove. There's no fucking way. Jake Gyllenhaal. There's a conspiracy that Jake Gyllenhaal is a part of occult symbolism and he has ties to Bohemian Grove. That's crazy. I don't know if anybody knows what Bohemian. We're gonna have a full episode on Bohemian Grove. But okay, now we're connecting the dots a little bit here. There you go. Sheds a little bit of light on you, for you, Oscar. Why? Okay. I mean, I like Jake Gyllenhaal's money. I like his movies, but
yeah, no,
I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
It is weird, dude. Like,
yeah,
but it to be honest, there's a lot of ties to the cult within Hollywood, and it's been like that for decades and probably centuries. So it's not too far fetched. for sure. But I'll let you continue on through this path before we. I feel like we figured something out, but we just figured out that this could possibly be another episode.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we kind of found those connections, right?
Right.
And we'll kind of run through a little bit of why or what demonic connections people have when they, or what they talk about when it comes to connecting it to a Labubu as a demon. And the
Right.
first thing is the behavior, right? We kind of already said it a couple of times about the whole sleep paralysis. Uh, and it pretty much match up with a certain entity that we spoke about on this pod before.
And on Uncle Sergio, which
And yeah,
probably got me in trouble. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say those words.
Don't. And I already figured out a word for it. If you've been at BJ's before, it's similar to Pazuki. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
Similar.
there it is.
Yeah.
Pazuki. So those
just add a zoo at the end. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
and it makes sense though.
I don't know, because weird stuff happened to me when I said his name like 3 or 4 times when I was filming Uncle Sergio. So that's why I'm being very cautious. Okay, very cautious.
There's nothing in your room. Relax.
Okay, thank you, Jesus, clairvoyant Jesse. Thank you.
Yeah,
We
I'm
need
not
to
gonna say
start
those.
the
So
sessions off
Pazuki.
with Jesse giving a read before we start anything.
Una limpia. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
real
real.
quick.
No shit.
Oh my gosh, go ahead.
Yeah, so those the Pazukis.
Yep.
So pretty much, but yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? Like they come and whisper in your ear, like that's kind of leading to some stuff, right? So that's the
For
first
sure.
connection. Second one is there's a lot of stories that mention Ouija boards, rituals, and people say that if you say the Labubu name, or if you call out to it while you're doing these rituals, that it will follow you
Oh,
home.
no. No. Dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did see that in our research, and I did see it separately that supposedly an incubi or succubus could be attached to them. But think of it first. So you have to think of demons as like a ranking system. So the main demon that's supposedly behind all of the Labubu is Pazuki himself. I'm not going to say his full real name. And the soldiers for him could be the incubus or the succubuses that are trying to torment people through nature. I'm just going to say that. On that side of it, I'm sure that doesn't happen to everyone with the Labubus. I'm sure there's different cases and different experiences with them. But yeah, that I just wanted to add that real quick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can say those. I thought I couldn't say those names, but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's incubus, succubus. It's not tailored to a specific entity. It's just an overall name, I guess you can say.
I was being extra cautious there, but okay.
Just don't say the other. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Zapupu.
Yeah, Zapupu. There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't want to.
No, don't type it there because then I'm gonna say it in my mind, and then it's gonna.
Okay,
be...
I'm gonna just. You see it, right?
My
You see the name.
telling me
Okay, I'm gonna. That's not how you actually spell it. I mean, that's not. Yeah, that's not how you spell it. That's how you pronounce it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna delete that. Okay, go for it.
All right. Perfect. So that's the second, and the third is people actually on TikTok and YouTube have posted videos doing blessing rituals to banish the Pazukis and the Labubu stuff. And honestly, like whether we believe it or not, it just still adds that layer of just uncertainty to what could or cannot be. You know,
Right.
yeah, I don't know how people still are going crazy over these, and I feel like we're not even at the peak of what this craze is gonna be. Um, just because I see personally on my end, I see a bunch of people that are like starting to resell and like they're going crazy, like they're buying out complete whole things, and obviously there's a. What do you guys? Okay, so how we're thinking about this? There's the real ones, and then
Right.
there's the fake ones. I know we've talked about like mocking certain
Mocking. Yeah.
entities and energies. What do you think is going to happen to the people that get the fake ones?
I'm sure the entity that's behind all of this, I'm not going to say the name or relatively close. I'm sure it angers them because it's not related to the actual product or there's no ties, I guess you could say. And these knockoffs are not good um, for a myriad of reasons. But yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like it's gonna anger the entity, and it's just gonna be more aggressive with the actual Labubus. I don't know what you feel, Jess.
I think that as long as something has, like, is able to be possessed or taken, I guess, like, as long as it has, I think I heard something saying, like, as long as it has two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and it can be lifelike, something can take its form. So I don't think it matters if they're fake or real. Something's gonna take the energy it is.
So what if a Labubu has their face in the crotch area and the crotch area on top because they fucked up the they botched the knockoff? You
Then it's
think
gonna be a creepy ass.
it's got a penis for a nose? So I wonder if that would upset it. I have no idea.
I
Very good.
I don't really think it. I don't think it really matters. I think it's just an idol. You know, it's just
Yep.
if it's an actual, you're paying an actual full price for something real expensive, or you're paying a knockoff price. Deception's deception, and I don't care if it's going to be one thing or another. I mean, it's just like you could look at religious items. You know, somebody puts a cross up. It's not the real cross. You know, of Jesus
Mm,
himself, but it's that idol, it's that symbolism. And I think just even handing out or selling these knockoffs, it just has the same kind of energy. I mean, in the end, it's kind of like everything's going to just follow that toy, everything that's with it anyway. You know, it's just
Oh, I see. I see what you
the
mean. So
symbol. Yeah,
what you're saying is they're still spreading the word on this entity through the knockoffs. Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense. I
yeah. I
get
mean,
that. Yeah.
it'd be like being in a black church where they got the black Bible, but you get a knockoff black Bible and you give it to somebody. It don't matter. It's still a
It
black
still has the
Bible.
same purpose. Yeah, it
Yeah,
still has the
yeah.
same purpose.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's the same thing with those.
I
now
agree.
now that you strike on that note, like that's a perfect segue into what I wanted to bring. And kind of more to anybody that's watching right now, and you're already thinking like, I'm gonna throw it away. Number one, you should. But number two, if you feel scared or anything like that, you're like thinking about all these things that could or cannot happen. This will kind of give you a little bit of ease, a little bit of peace of mind. We'll get a little bit more, like, not really logical, but I guess psychological. Um, when it comes to the whole sleep paralysis stuff, right? The things that are happening to these people, but then we'll kind of tie it into a little bit what was Buddy was saying. Of course, sleep paralysis can happen to anyone, right? This is not something that is like to specific people. This can happen to anyone. If you have a Labubu or if you don't, it can still happen, right? Um, the brain will create these things that you've been seeing throughout the day. Um, Now, this is where I think it's a little bit scary. It's because that it's probably drawing energy from that item that is in the room because of this theory. Please correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but the tulpa theory. Now, what the tulpa theory is pretty much because it's something becoming real because so many people believe in it, right? And I feel
Right.
like we've spoke about this in the
Yeah,
past
like a
episodes as
collective
well.
thought. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have.
so there's so much energy around this one form of object, right? Not, it can be real or fake, just like Buddy said. A cross is a cross, Bible is a Bible, um, and it's all connected. And it could be that. And once everybody, and I think that's the even more scarier part, is that if you still have one, or if or you're waiting for it to, like, these things to go away, I don't think it can until everybody says collectively, let's move on from this trend. Let's move on from this certain thing. So I think if you have one, even if you're not giving it that energy, it's still gonna be there because everybody else
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, I agree. I feel like it's so strong at this point that kind of dispelling the power that this entity that's behind this is going to be, it's going to take a while for it to dissipate, if that's the wish of the populace. If you know, because I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos on uh, getting rid of it or exposing the truth on it, on the Labubus. Yeah, I don't. It's I think it would take everybody. Uh, okay, let me say this. At some point, the craze and the it thing of the Labubus is going to die down, and people are just going to latch on to the next trend, product trend. Because, like I said before, this it was like the Stanley Cup. Then there was something else, and then it landed on Labubus. Now, at some point, this whoever's the mastermind behind it, I'm not going to say it's the creator of it. Maybe he's tied to the cult that possibly conjured this idea. But in the future, they could just come up with another idea. And like you said, Oscar, the Stanley Cup was unable to melt in certain degrees or temperatures, which is strange to say the least. Why you would need a cup that's resistant against fire if it's just to house your beverage? Doesn't make any sense, but I get it. That's my 2 cents on it.
What do you think?
Like, I think, like, we can always move from any little thing here and there. I mean, even if something as simple like Starbucks, everybody goes crazy over those cups.
Excuse me?
And no, don't get me wrong.
Excuse me?
Oh shoot, I gotta go.
I'm big on my Starbies.
What?
Like, I drink Starbucks
Later,
all the
guys.
time.
It was a good show. I'm just kidding.
But everything we jump at, we have that want, that need that we think we need, and it's like, I think, like you guys say, even if they got rid of all the Labubus, it's just going to move on to something else. We're always going to
Yeah.
have that next temptation to come up and buy something or get something else to bring something unwanted into our life or our homes. I mean, that's just the way it is.
10,000 likes, and Oscar will buy a Labubu. I'm just
I
kidding.
have one right here if you guys want to see it.
Oh
Here it
my
goes. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I knew it.
That's,
Now, if
that's
Labubu
not a
show up in
Labubu,
thrift
that's a
stores,
McBubu.
Oh hell
McBubu.
no.
Yeah, if Labubu starts showing up in thrift
Hell to
shops,
the no.
Nah.
burn the thrift shop. Burn it.
Mm-mm.
What are you doing in there in
It
the
was
first
the same
place?
thing with the damn Beanie Babies that were in
Yeah,
McDonald's,
it's
remember?
the same craze.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
craze. The Beanie Babies.
Oh, I used to have a
Yeah.
baby. I remember those.
See, you contributed to the demonic cult, Osk. You bought
Dude,
a Beanie Baby.
The Beanie Baby that I had, his name was Bubbly, and
I didn't cry.
I had that dude for some time until one day I was like, you know what? I think it's time I move on. And that was when I was 18 years. No, I'm just kidding. I was like,
He's like, I was my
I was like
senior
13.
year.
I was like
I just sold it yesterday on eBay.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I should have probably got rid of it a lot more earlier. I kept it because sometimes you just keep something. You're like nobody knew about this. Like, it was just me at this point. Like, my parents didn't know I still had it.
It's like his dirty
My
little
sister
secret.
didn't- yeah. Like, let me tell you something.
As a young boy, usually boys are hiding their discovery of. Oscar was hiding his Beanie Baby.
Yeah, because I would need it to sleep and like all this stuff, right? So when I would like sleep over the homeless pad or whatever, I'd be like,
can I bring my Beanie
hide it
Baby?
in his backpack.
Yeah, but
He hid it in his
I forgot
beanies.
I bet
Has a
I
beanie in
bet
your
you had a
beanie.
friend
NSYNC
that
CD.
saw it or found it, and you were like, "It's not mine. It's my sister's. I swear, it's not mine."
Nah. Honestly, like I always like if it was my room, like and it was blue.
Google that. What does
Sister's
it
not
look
gonna
like,
have it.
Sergio? I'm curious.
See,
The
let's see
bubbly
it.
is the actual real name of it. Like
Bubble
it had its
Bubbly beanie
birthday.
baby.
beanie
I would celebrate
baby.
its birthday and everything. Like, yeah, I
Do you
was pretty
remember when
attached
the
to it.
birthday was?
I want to say April. I think it's somewhere in
That's
April.
has a birthday.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have birthdays and all these.
the
Like,
little heart tag, it tells you right there.
yes.
It's just like a
That's not.
bubbly beanie baby. It should
My
be blue
cousin
with
had
white.
trash bags
Oh, there
of
it
them.
is.
This thing right here.
He's
The
gonna cry.
homie. There's the homie.
He's gonna cry.
This is Oscar's. It's on eBay.
I know.
Damn.
He's like
It's
on
the
eBay
homie right
where he
there.
wants to buy it.
Can you send me the link?
He's like, I want to buy that one.
Dude, the crazy part, that's a whole different episode, but I used to have a bunch of stuffed animals and stuffed things, and dude, it would fill up my whole bed, and I would just
Hell
like
no.
let them watch me sleep. Yeah, it was weird. But anyways, so Labubus, is it a real entity? Honestly, we probably won't be able to prove it because it's such a and honestly, like as Buddy was saying, that it's just like this next temptation. Like, what is the next thing? And I feel like it's a lot bigger than just this item or this entity. Like, it's really something that is getting into people's heads, like where they really just need it. And I feel like that
Yeah.
is the more crazier part, because people are, like we said in the beginning of the show, like people are fighting for them. People are gonna start doing things to get these, whether
Like have
steal
them
them.
on the black market.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like what happened with the other thing that was a craze too was the French bulldogs. People were killing people for them. People were stealing them. People were doing all this stuff, right? So I feel
This
like
girl
that's
paid
the bigger danger.
$300 for one. I know this girl paid $300 for one.
For Labubu?
Mm-hmm.
What the? Oh my gosh.
No,
And that's like stupid. Just to say you have it, like for what? It's so dumb.
It doesn't do anything other than
No.
possess you. That's all it does.
I know. Like who wants that? That's an inconvenience. I mean,
It is.
why would you
This
want
is
it?
ruining my day. It ruined my Starbucks today.
I'd rather go get a Starbucks cup, honestly.
So like you said, Oscar, there's no historical record. There's no religious text mentioning that name. No consistent origin story, nothing like that. I wouldn't be surprised if someone digs it up, and maybe there is. And you said that its power is coming from TikTok, correct?
yeah, pretty much that's where it went viral, and I feel like that's where everybody's at right now when it comes to this certain topic. The Labubus.
I mean, and to be honest, like the accounts I've seen where the bruises and scratches, if they're not self-inflicted, honestly, it could be caused by the same stress response that trigger sleepwalking injuries, which is another thing that these little fuckers could be doing as well with sleep paralysis, or triggering some kind of sleepwalking, so you're banging the fuck out of your legs or whatever it is. Or maybe it's kinky and it just likes that you say its name.
He likes it rough.
You know, it likes it rough, maybe. Or I don't know.
I'm not sure, but whatever it is,
It's
feel
not
like
pulling your
there's-
hair at night or something.
It's
Just
gonna
imagining somebody
gonna-
building a Labubu fleshlight.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
it's gonna be
That's
all
a good
furry
one.
on the outside.
I brought up this joke a couple times on the show, but I wonder if it sucks on your toes when you're asleep. I don't like my toes sucked. If you're wondering, I don't. I just think it's hilarious that
I'm sure
some people
so many
do.
people were wondering.
Yeah, I've dispelled those rumors now.
Hit the like button if you like your toe sucked. By
10,000
your
likes and
Labubus.
Oscar.
And Oscar will go out there and suck your toes. No. Better yet. 10,000 likes.
Yeah.
Oscar will go out to you personally with a Labubu and have the Labubu suck your toes. That's what will happen.
But in closing, whatever the truth is about the Labubus, whether they're doing what people are saying, it just proves how fast something can spread, get into people's minds, and turn these stories into something demonic, something uncertain, and a living nightmare for some people, right? And who knows what is going to be the next temptation, the next thing that is going to be in people's homes or in people's minds.
That's nice to think about. You personally, whoever's watching or listening, whatever platform you're on, we're hoping you're on YouTube because that's where we put a lot of our content on. But if you have a personal story with Labubus, leave it in the comments. DM us if you have a particular story, or go to paranormaldudes.com/submit your story and submit it there, and we can have it featured on the show. But thank you, Os. That was beautifully done on the Labubus. That's a golf clap for you. Honestly, everybody's final thoughts on it. I would never purchase anything like this. I would never anything that's viral like this. I would say I would never purchase for my daughter, because I've never purchased something that's viral for myself. Because I've always believed there's something behind the virality of something, that the collective, as a human race, the collective, there's a reason why that particular product is viral. We're probably never going to know. Probably not until we're dead. If some of us stay in purgatory, or we go to HELL, or to the pearly gates, we'll never really know the truth. And so long that we're on this plane. Scary to think, but it's the truth. And I don't know if you guys have any closing thoughts overall on it, Buddy and Jess.
No, just the same. I would
like,
not.
don't buy it. Don't fucking buy it.
No. I mean, I'm the same. I feel like if something, I'll buy things here and there, but for some reason, like this one, I was like, no. Ever since I saw it, everything,
Yeah.
like, much less for my kids. So yeah, no, I wouldn't. When it's
I agree.
giving too much energy, it's because of something.
Yes.
But
I want to say, so other viral products, if they were demonic in nature or they had ties to any type of demonology, they were subtle about it. It wasn't in your face. This product, they didn't give a fuck. They're just like, let's just make this evil looking thing.
yeah, it's so
and
ugly.
They'll love it. Yes. So what about you, bud?
Not like a bubble beanie baby.
I just think, yeah, don't bring it home for your kids. And I also think, I mean, it's just at a point now where um, evil's not hiding. We're not getting
You're right.
demons hiding from us anymore. They're in the open. We're
They're
seeing
in
the
our
scary
face.
things, and
Yeah.
it made me think a lot about the video we did with the black-eyed kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not asking to come in your home. You're just willingly bringing them into your home. So you got to watch out what you're bringing in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're right. 100% correct. Well, that was a great segment. Loved it. I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time, and we finally had it on the docket for an episode. But we've reached one of my favorite segments in the show. It's now we're deeming it as not just our audience submissions, but we're going to call it Buddy's Story Time. He's a great storyteller. And the way he paints a picture is captivating to everybody on the show. I can see it in the analytics. People are going back and watching it. And it captivates me. I don't know about the rest of you. But with that being said, we have a submission from Alissa, who is actually a hometown buddy of ours. And when I say hometown buddy, we don't personally know her, but she grew up in the small town where me, Buddy, and Jesse grew up in Calexico, California, in the rural parts of Southern California. And she has a few stories, and we're gonna parse them up for in the next 4 episodes. They're great stories.
So this one's from Alissa. I'm reading off my phone just so I can keep up with this. But from early childhood to adulthood, Alyssa's life has been woven through unexplained phenomena. Whether it was the unease she felt in her grandparents' house, the unmistakable presence of spirits in her apartment, or the chilling sightings at school or the Stanley Hotel. Her experiences are vivid testament of how the paranormal can follow us across places and times. Here we have her story about growing up in the Encina's house, Calexico, California. So Alyssa grew up in a house on Encinas Avenue in Calexico. In a house originally built in the 1950s, the house belonged to her grandparents since the late 1970s and was frequently under construction by her grandfather, who renovated it and eventually added extra bedrooms, extra bathroom, and a living room. From a young age, Alyssa always felt uneasy, especially in the dark. She never saw anything clearly, but often sensed someone watching her. She remembers staring into the hallway and feeling fear that she couldn't explain. It wasn't until later that she learned the previous owner had died in that home when she was about 20. She dreamed that she had a heart attack while trying to get it to the bathroom, and she came across to believe that the spirit of the man who died there was still lingering in the house, possibly in her bedroom. Before her and the family moved out in 2017, the disturbances became more intense. Almost every evening, she heard snoring noises from her room,
Oh, hell
even
no.
when her grandfather was in another part of the house watching TV. The most chilling experience came one night when she was studying and felt someone blowing in her ear to get her attention.
Oh, no. No.
Where do you see my eye?
Was it you know what's crazy? It kind of ties into the whole Labubu thing. Oh, thank you for the story, Alyssa. That's great. Thank you so much. That's a crazy one. She was hearing snoring. I wonder if it was snoring or something else. Because growling and snoring can sound the same sometimes. But
She could be
that's crazy that.
experiencing, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
was
go
just
for
going to
it. You're
say
good.
she could be experiencing kind of like a residual haunting because
Yeah.
she mentioned that a man had died there before they moved in. And in my experience with the fire service, sometimes when people are on their last leg, they're actually trying to breathe and it sounds like they're snoring. They call it active
The,
respirations.
Oh.
yes, the
So that could
respiration
be,
listen.
yeah, the man, the way he passed away through a heart attack, that could be his last breaths that she's hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scarier to think, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I feel for you, Alyssa. That was a great story. Can't wait to hear the other ones on the next episodes. Again,
Is is Oscar
J-
okay?
Oscar's like,
Is he
Like out of
possessed?
focus here. I don't know what's going
Is
on.
he
wait a
Yeah.
minute.
possessed?
Uh-oh. I think the paranormal dude's ghost is activated right now.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
It's
attached?
been with him like the whole time.
Are you serious, Jesse?
Yeah.
Is that why he was having internet issues again? Remember he had internet issues a couple
It's
episodes
something he
ago?
picked up while he was walking because he sent a picture and it's something he picked up
Oh.
while walking his dog.
Was catching a lot on my screen where Oscar's at. There was a lot of movement earlier. I don't know if you guys or if you saw that,
Oh
Jesse
no,
or
that was
Sergio.
my
Yeah.
wife coming in and out.
That was
Oh,
your
okay,
your
okay,
wife?
okay.
Okay, I
Yeah.
did see movement and I was like, what's going on over
What's
there? And
Yeah.
then
going
his
on?
camera goes all crazy.
Ooh. Once again, heavy episode, guys. Like Alyssa, if you want your story on the show, head on over to paranormaldudes.com/subscribe submit your stories and give us your offering so we could talk about it on the show. That was a great one. Thank you, Alissa, once again. I keep seeing something in the corner of my eye. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to give it attention. Oscar's struggling with his camera still.
Dude, it's not focusing. Like, what the heck?
Dude, the paranormal dude's ghost is with you right now. It was with Ethan. Now it's with you.
All right. I don't know. But every time I walk outside,
High
we're in an
five.
old city, so I don't. Whatever. I'll just let it be.
That's as good as it's going to get. It's the end of the episode anyway. Small. If you haven't seen our La Llorona, if you're on this episode and you haven't seen our La Llorona episode, which is the last one, episode 53, it's a good one. You should go check it out. A lot of unnecessary laughs, and I'm sure it upset the entity, primarily coming from me, but it's still funny. Us talking about different things within our culture and La Llorona. And I think, I don't know. Yeah, go check it out. We have a lot of things in the pipeline. Uncle Sergio's still coming out weekly. We did want to announce a little tidbit for the three of the people that you see on here. Everybody on this show is going to have their own segment on our YouTube channel, which is going to be kind of fun. Buddy, he's going to be talking to you basically on a campfire storytelling. You'll probably see Alyssa's story show up there or not. It could be a specific specific story Buddy has, and that'll be that storytelling. Osk is going to have his wonderful haunted travel agent. That's going to be hilarious. I can't wait for that. And Jesse is going to have a spooky haunted cooking show on our channel. That should be a lot of fun. We can't wait to kick that off. And
yeah, some enchiladas. Let's go.
And of course, I have Uncle Sergio. A lot of cool things are coming to the channel. We hope you guys stay tuned. Hope you guys subscribe, like, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new videos on the YouTube side. If you're not on YouTube and you still love just hearing us or just prefer other streaming platforms, that's great. We're still going to have Buddy storytelling on there as well, and our podcast. And we just want to say thank you. We're still growing, and we love it. We see everything. We see your comments, and everything means a lot to us. We still appreciate any kind of support from everybody. You guys have anything else for our audience before we go?
Nothing. Just stay tuned for the things coming up.
With that being said, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, dudes.
Labubus.